Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Loose Buttons where we'll be talking about the Traitors Season 3. But before we move on, let me introduce a very glamorous, stunning and most important talented performer, the amazing Phylactic. How are you Phylactic?
Oh, I'm very good. I've got a Bloody Mary on the go, fully caffeinated, ready for day 2 of DragCon, and I'm ready to talk about the traitors.
Fantastic, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Excellent. So let's get into it. So one of the things that we always ask all our guests is obviously if you have the chance to play the game, what would you like to be and why? Would you like to be a faithful or would you like to be a traitor?
I think I'm a faithful by nature, but in the game, I would definitely want to be a villain. I think being a traitor, you've got that kind of element of power, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So you're kind of... I think even if I was a traitor, I'd be playing full-on faithful all the way through the game. I'd be committing to the role of faithful, but behind the scenes, I'd be like pulling all the strings and causing havoc. I think it would be so much fun. I want to be a villain. I want to be a bad guy.
How about if you start as a faithful and somebody offer you the opportunity to be a traitor? Will you take it?
Not if... so Anna just had that happen in the game. And if I was in her shoes, I definitely would have done what she did. I wouldn't have accepted.
Is that because it was too easy for the other two traitors?
Oh yeah, she was going to get thrown under the bus. I would have brought it up earlier, so I would have mentioned it at breakfast before anyone came in. I would have been like, I have been offered the chance to be a traitor, and I refused it, and I know everyone's going to come back down for breakfast. That's what I would have done.
Excellent.
I think she played it badly.
So that sounds to me like a strategy, obviously.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what would be your strategy to win the game?
To win the game, well, am I being a traitor or a
You're
faithful?
being a traitor.
I'm being a traitor. I do what Mina's doing.
Okay.
Oh, Maya, sorry.
No, Mina.
Mina.
Yeah, Mina. Under
Mina.
the radar, kind of like...
Oh yeah, I'd just kind of be under the radar completely. I'd just be listening to everyone. I'd be fully playing the role of a faithful.
Fantastic. And now that we talk about obviously Mina and stuff like that, how good are you crying? Are you scared to Linda to 100?
Oh, I could definitely do. I wouldn't do a Linda. I'd proper do Cheers. I would. Yeah. Again, I'd be kind of fully engaging with being a faithful. I'd be like proper buying into the parts where I'd be getting emotional all over the shop.
And how do you think you will do with the challenges? Do you think the challenges that we've seen so far is something that you will be like really keen or wanted to do?
Again, I'm a team player, so I'd be fully kind of playing a faithful. I'd be going for gold. Okay. I'd be part of the team. I'm a very good team player.
Yeah, at the end of the day, obviously, we're talking about in a game that the aim is to make as much money as possible, whether you're a traitor and a faithful. So, moving on, let's talk about the people obviously that have been vanished so far. Obviously, in the latest episode, we saw that Dan got vanished.
Yeah, I was sad about that. Because I think he was great. I thought he was playing the game really well. And he said what everyone thinks, right?
Yeah.
He was like, you know, I'm in it for myself. It is a selfish game. It's about deceit, isn't it?
Do you think his downfall was lying to Mina and Francesca?
Oh, yeah, that was completely his downfall. Because he should have kind of fessed up, I think. But I think they were silly voting him out because the only reason that he lied was because he wanted the shield.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have done that if you were a traitor, would you? So,
no. And that's the thing, you don't want to tell people that you're wearing shields, you want to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. And alright, let's talk about Kaz. Obviously, he was vanished in the previous episodes for being nice. How do you feel about that? Do you think being nice...
I think that's rough. I think people that are nice get a really rough time on reality TV shows. Yeah, he was just a nice guy, and they were like, well, he can't be that nice. Yeah. He must have an ulterior motive. And I think that was really rubbish, because I felt really sorry for him.
Does that bring memories to you? Obviously,
it does. The trauma. The trauma.
Oh, dear. And then, obviously, we talk about the fact... We mentioned about Anna, so... The traitors offered the opportunity for Anna to join them. Obviously, she declined. And do you think it was a bad move from the traitors to try to recruit instead of kill somebody else, murder somebody else?
No, I think recruiting was a clever strategy, but I think she kind of saw through that strategy, didn't she? She kind of went, actually, I'm already kind of being pointed out and people think I'm a traitor, and she knew instantly they were going to throw her under the bus. I think they should have recruited someone else. I think that
Who
was
would
the
you have
mistake.
recruited?
Who would I have recruited? Ooh, I probably would have gone for Fuzzier.
Fuzzier, okay.
Yeah. I think she's ace, by the way. I think she's like proper like Angela Lansbury, isn't she? She's like proper got a detective head on. But yeah, I would have gone for her.
She
I
doesn't
think.
hold the bag. You see her at the round
Oh,
table,
yeah,
and
she-
her face is all like.
Yeah, I would have gone for her. I don't think a lot of people would suspect her as being.
So obviously
a
talking about
traitor.
Focia, Focia and Alexander were the two people that was one of the biggest twists that we have seen in the Traitors franchise. The
Yeah.
three people literally didn't make it to the castle.
And poor Jack.
Yeah,
Poor
sadly,
Jack.
we lost Jack. Jack would have been a great addition to the team, I believe.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Alexander and Focia?
Well, obviously, I love Fozzie. I think she's amazing. Alexander seems like a nice guy, and he seems like he's kind of clued up, doesn't he? I think he knows how to play the game. He's very intelligent. Obviously, he's got a lot of experience. But what does he do again? What's his?
He works for the government. So he
Yeah,
does,
it's something very
people's
important,
relationships.
isn't it?
He does stuff like that. So he's very good at analysing people from different cultures as well. Which is very
Yeah,
important.
I think you can tell he's kind of very switched
But
on. And
if you would have been a faithful, you would have been in the game for 3-4 weeks, and then you get these two people. Wouldn't have you guessed, or at least thought, that one of them was a faithful and one was a traitor?
I mean, I guess when you're playing the game, everything's kind of heightened and it's like a pressure cooker environment, isn't it? So I think people start getting paranoid and suspecting different people for anything, like someone blinked or someone, passed someone a glass or someone did. You start kind of second guessing everything that's happening, I think. So yeah, I'm saying I wouldn't have suspected them now, but very possibly in that environment, I would suspect everyone and anything.
We would have done it before, yeah.
Yeah, but like, you're all against me.
Yeah, and obviously, let's bring back to the sisters. Obviously, we haven't mentioned the fact that in episode 4, after the huge elimination of Armani, and obviously Maya, her sister, I think it was the reason. Do you think Maya was the reason why Armani vanished from the table? Because Maya started crying and accused her sister of being a traitor?
I mean, that probably added to it, but I think I think she was a bit too confident and kind of stirring the pot all the time and kind of talking to everyone. So I think there was kind of suspicion on her anyway, but I think her sister kind of going, actually, I suspect you as well, and your behaviour is slightly different. I think that probably added to it. So because people tend to kind of just jump on, don't they? They do a pile-on around the table. So I think.
So basically, what you're saying is like you kind of got too nice like Cass, but you kind of got too crazy like Armani. So
you have to just kind of
in between.
I think you have to be kind of in between. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good strategy for the people that are future and watching this to see. Always remember to go in the middle. Right. So now let's talk about the fact that obviously 4 people were chosen by the traitors to take on the death game, the death match game.
Wasn't that hilarious as well?
Yeah.
Because I think everyone just made it really obvious where the cards were, or that's what it looked like when I was watching it. People got the life card, didn't they? And then people started moving their hand towards that side, and I think it was Leon was just hilarious because he was trying to kind of act like the other card was the one. I was like, oh god, it's just.
Why
so
do you think Focia, even though she knew Anna had the life card, didn't want to go for Anna?
Well, she said in a thing that she thought she kind of deserved another chance, kind of thing. But I think it would have looked obvious to go for the card again. Do you know what I mean? So I think she was kind of hedging her bets and letting her have the card. I don't know whether at that time they'd explained that how many goes everyone had. So maybe she was kind of hedging her bets and seeing, because you also have the upper hand, don't you? If you've got the life card first, and even if it goes to the next person, you can follow where it goes.
Correct, yeah.
If you keep your eye on the card. So I think she didn't instantly get it given back to her, because maybe she was trying to watch where it went and to try and get it back that way.
Do you think you could see maybe an alliance developing there between Anna and Focia?
Possibly. I mean, that could happen if she goes back into the...
Okay, and obviously now, thank you so much for everything. And now before we go, who do you think is going to be murder? And obviously, let's not forget about the fact that it's going to be face-to-face. So Mina and Linda will have to murder the last person. So who do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be Leon? Or do you think it's going to be Focia that is going to get eliminated?
I don't want it to be Fozia because I really like Fozia, but I think Linda feels like she's suspected by. I mean, she knows, doesn't she? I think. So I think they're going to try and get rid of her. But whether that looks too obvious, I don't know.
We will wait and see.
We'll have to wait
so,
and see.
Just before we let you go, who do you think is going to win this year? The Traitors or the Faithfuls?
Traitors,
who are you rooting
definitely.
for the Traitors? Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Alan. It's so lovely having you.
Lovely
And
being here.
Where
Cheers.
can people find you? What are you doing? What's the next plans?
I'm at DragCon today, day 2. Come see me. D44, 2 till 4 o'clock. Then after that, I'll be all around Manchester, gigging as usual. And then find me on social media. I don't know what else I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's too early in the day.
That's all right. It's the Bloody Mary. You need more Bloody Mary.
I need more Bloody Marys, that's
I know.
it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you.
And happy DragCon. Bye.